What if everything you know is wrong?
Welcome. Today we're tackling a massive question. Have we, as humans, changed the Earth so much that we've kicked off a brand new chapter in the planet's history? There's a name for this proposed new age, the Anthropocene. So let's dive in and figure out what it all means.
So this is the big question at the heart of it all. Geologists measure Earth's history in these vast, mind-boggling stretches of time. Eons, eras, epochs. And the big debate right now is whether our activity has actually pushed our planet out of the Holocene, that stable 11,700-year period we've been in, and into something, well, something completely new. So what exactly is the Anthropocene? It's the idea that we're in a new geological age, where we, humanity, have become the main force shaping our planet's climate and environment. Think about that for a second. It means our actions are now on par with the great natural forces that have guided the Earth for millions of years.
And look, this isn't just some philosophical thought experiment. A group called the Anthropocene Working Group has been gathering tons of physical proof. We're talking chemical signals in rocks, biological markers, you name it. And get this, according to them, the evidence they've found for this new age is, in some ways, even stronger than the evidence we have for the start of the Holocene itself. Wild, right? Okay, so how do you even begin to measure an impact that big? Well, scientists have come up with this really powerful tool called the planetary boundaries framework. The best way to think of it is like a global dashboard or maybe a health check for planet Earth.
This framework points to 9 absolutely critical processes that keep the whole Earth system stable and resilient. Things like climate change, the health of our biosphere, and so on. Together, they create what's called a safe operating space for humanity. But here's the thing, we've been pushing right past those safety limits.
And this is where it gets really serious. The latest analysis shows we've now blown past the safe zone for 7 out of these 9 critical systems. That's a huge red flag. It means the planet's core life support systems are seriously under strain.
And what are we talking about here? It's a pretty sobering list. You've got the ones we hear about a lot, like climate change, but also things like biogeochemical flows, which is basically us messing up the natural cycles of things like nitrogen. Then there are novel entities, think pollutants like microplastics. And for the first time ever, ocean acidification has officially crossed that critical line.
Let's just zoom in on one of these to make it more real. Ocean acidification. It's been called a ticking time bomb, and for good reason. As the ocean soaks up more and more CO2 from the air, its basic chemistry is changing, and that puts everything from coral reefs to tiny plankton at risk.
Just how big is this change? It's pretty staggering. Since the industrial era kicked off, the ocean surface has become 30 to 40% more acidic. That's a massive, rapid shift that's undermining the ocean's role as one of our planet's most important life support systems.
But look, this story isn't all doom and gloom. The Anthropocene is also about how we're responding. Faced with these challenges, we're starting to see these huge efforts to both fix the damage we've done and build a more sustainable future.
And that response is really happening on 2 major fronts. On one hand, you've got ecological restoration. That's us actively trying to heal damaged ecosystems. And on the other, you have the energy transition, this massive, forward-looking plan to completely change how we power our entire civilization.
Let's zoom in on that energy transition for a second, because India provides an incredible case study of what this looks like on a massive scale for one of the world's fastest-growing economies.
And the progress they've made, it's honestly remarkable. They hit their big 2030 goal for non-fossil fuel electricity years ahead of schedule. We're talking a huge expansion of the natural gas grid, more biofuels in cars, and getting clean cooking fuel to over 100 million homes. It's a fantastic example of what can happen when policy, tech, and infrastructure all line up.
Okay, but it's not just about energy, right? The Anthropocene is also being shaped by this other huge human force, technology. And it's a real double-edged sword, creating amazing solutions and, well, brand new challenges.
I mean, just look at brain-computer interfaces, BCIs. As neuroscientist Gregoire Courtine puts it, this tech is jumping from the lab into the real world. It's offering these incredible new ways to restore fundamental things we thought were lost forever, like communication and movement.
And these breakthroughs are just, wow. We're talking about patients with paralysis who can now communicate in full sentences with almost perfect accuracy.
We're seeing artificial touch that feels real and lasts for over a decade, and prosthetic limbs that are controlled more intuitively than ever before. This is technology literally changing what it means to be human.
And you know, our ambition doesn't stop with the physical body. We're also building brand new digital worlds. Things like Web3 and the metaverse are aiming to totally rewrite the rules of how we interact, create, and even own things online.
So what's the big idea here? Well, the core promise is moving power away from the center. You know how today, a few giant companies basically control our data? Web3 wants to flip that script, giving you, the individual, real ownership of your data, your digital stuff, and your online identity.
But all of this power to remake our planet, to build new digital realities, it brings up a final, absolutely critical question. In this new human-defined age, who's getting left behind?
I mean, the digital divide is just enormous. Just look at basic internet access. In high-income countries, you've got about 39 broadband subscriptions for every 100 people. Now compare that to low-income countries. It's just one. That is a massive gap for something that's become a basic necessity.
And the total number of people completely cut off? It's shocking. 2.6 billion people are still offline. They are completely excluded from this digital revolution that's defining so much of our world. And here's the kicker. This divide isn't closing. In some ways, with the newest tech, it's getting even wider. Almost everyone in wealthy nations is covered by 5G, right? Well, that same tech is practically non-existent in low-income countries. We're risking a future where we have two completely different worlds, one hyper-connected and one just not.
So that leaves us with this one final, really important question. The Anthropocene is all about human power, our power to change the planet, to upgrade our bodies, and to build new worlds. But the ultimate test of this new age isn't just about having that power, it's about how we share it. In this age of our own making, who really gets to decide what the future looks like?
Understanding begins with why.